Ari Fletcher's son, Yosohn, just had a mental breakdown and swung on Ari after she told him she's never getting back with his daddy G Herbo. Yosohn might be a kid, but he's got a smart mouth, and he did not hold back from going off on Ari and making her know exactly how he felt. He slammed her for always running off to go spend time with Bag, and instead of staying home and spending quality time with him. All this while we thought Ari and her son were close, but it looks like she barely actually spends time with him. However, the few times she does, she posts hella videos about it on socials to make people think she on mommy duties, when she's really just giving him a fifth of her time and attention. Child, let's get right into it, because this whole thing is very messy, and Yosohn is quickly growing up to be the person that'll make us see the real Ari, not the fake persona she puts on for social media. Okay, so this whole mess started a few days ago when Ari, Yosohn, and a few of their other family members got to doing the suspect challenge on TikTok. It's basically a game where one person pretends to be a suspect on the run while the other person chases them, calling them out on some of their toxic traits. It's typically a lighthearted little game with no feelings involved, but there have been moments where folks took it too far and brought up things that the internet should not know about. And unfortunately, Ari and Yosohn's video was one of them ones. People did not find anything funny or fun about it, and they dragged Ari for filth. So while playing the game, they was taking shots at each other, but when it got to Yosohn and Ari's turn, he decided to use the opportunity to drag Ari for always going out with MoneyBagg Yo, but not him, even though he's literally her son and should be her first priority. Instead of Ari trying to reassure him that he is her #1 priority, she decided to resume the game and trolled him for always getting mad about her dating MoneyBagg, because he would much rather have her date G Herbo instead. Initially, Yosohn was smiling and laughing along, but just about a second later, he started crying hysterically. And once Ari approached him with the camera to tell him to stop crying, he got even more upset and started swinging at her. The rest of the people in the house tried to get a hold of him, but he wasn't having it and just kept swinging in anger.
But always living a single life. Suspect finally got her and stopped being a runaway. Suspect claimed to be a girly girl, but always ashy than a mother.
Suspect always want to go out. Girls, stay inside.
Suspect just broke in. He always changing clothes and never flushes the toilet.
Suspect's on a second engagement in 2 years. My sis keep him in, honey. Thank you. Suspect claimed to be skinny, but stay on that.
Suspect got a car but can't drive.
Suspect claimed to be going through puberty, but been the same height since 5th grade.
Suspect always in a bad mood and on the phone with a boyfriend.
Suspect always want to go out with money but not her beautiful son.
What? Oh, what? Ew. Suspect mad I want to be with his daddy. Nah. A suspect really crying. It was a joke. Like, tighten up, bruh.
A lot of people called Ari out for this because, first of all, children don't just bring this stuff up randomly unless it's actually weighing on their heart. Yosohn bringing up the fact that he wants his parents together and that he actually spends more time with MoneyBagg than him is clearly a cry for help. But Ari just didn't see it that way. She thought it was a joke, and that's why she felt so comfortable putting it on social media in the first place, instead of keeping it in the drafts and trying to talk it out with her son. Secondly, people felt like even though his feelings were valid, he still shouldn't feel so comfortable swinging off on his mama. A lot of people called Ari out for apparently not raising him right and making him think it's okay to throw hands with adults anytime he upset about something. One person said, "Girl, if you don't knock suspect in the middle of next week for swinging on you." Another person said, "This was funny, but Yosohn would've got pinched for thinking it's okay to swing at me. Playing or not, he was not playing." Now, G Herbo didn't respond to any of this, but the heat was too much for Ari, so she jumped on Twitter and checked everybody who was speaking on her and her son. She pretty much told everybody to get out of her business and that she and her son are good. Y'all too uptight, always trying to do a thing. Laugh and shut the F up. We locked in over here. Now, when it comes to G Herbo and Ari, they don't have beef, but Ari definitely made it clear she ain't going back to that man again. I mean, he was cheating on her with Taina while she was heavily pregnant with Yosohn, and right after she gave birth, she broke up with him and never looked back. She pretty much spent the entirety of her pregnancy always worried about him cheating on her with Taina or some other side chick, because that's all he was doing while she was pregnant. In fact, Herbo himself admitted this during an interview with Young Miami last year on her Carisha Please show. He said it himself that he did Ari really dirty while they were together. He admitted to ruthlessly cheating on her and said that after they broke up, he apologized to her for everything he put her through because he knew he was wrong. He also said he usually goes through a lot of depressive things that just make him want to isolate himself. However, he knows that that is still not an excuse for what made him do what he did to Ari.
Are you a cheater?
Am I a cheater?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say I'm a cheater. I cheated though.
Did you cheat on Ari with Taina?
Yeah.
Why?
Technically, yeah. Why?
Yeah.
I was young. I was dumb. I ain't know no better, man. I was just doing shit. I was just, you feel me, like just cheating. I feel like I ain't gonna say I was just cheating, but it's like me and Ari was at a space, and I didn't talk to her about this already. Like I didn't already say my bid, my piece, and apologize. We was at a space where, like I said, mentally, like I be going through shit. I gotta like separate myself from shit. So me and her was having our differences, but that was no excuse to cheat on her. That was not why I cheated on her. You feel what I'm saying? Like I didn't intentionally like do all like, I want to cheat.
She said she was going through like postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And you cheated on her. You know, like postpartum depression, that shit's really real.
That shit real. I was naive to that though. Like I ain't never been around a woman who was like suffering from postpartum depression or none of that. And at the same time, when she was going through that, I had just lost like one of my best friends. You feel what I'm saying? I lost my homie C Money. So I was like super stressed and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't no excuse. I ain't make no excuse. I had to make peace with myself early on because I thought I was right.
Ari later appeared on the same show, and she said she had nothing bad to say about Herb. She said they have a pretty healthy relationship, and that Herbo sometimes tries to do a little too much by trying to get intimate with her. However, she reminds him that they're nothing but co-parents, and that she has a man she stays very faithful to.
So I said, you know, with all the ass, it's hard to pass on you. How is it co-parenting with Herb? We still be trying to you, because I'm quite sure when he dropped your son off, he be like, damn, look at that. It's like, how's the co-parenting for real? And do he still be trying to you? I got two questions.
Okay, so one at a time.
Okay. Do he still be trying to you?
He says things.
Why I feel like I'm on Mario Jerry Springer?
But we're never in a setting where he can be like, yeah, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't never
So what you be saying? What's your response?
I think it's a joke. Like, I don't even take him serious. Like, sometimes, you know, if you overdo it, it's like, okay, stop, you doing too much. Like, you know, I got a nigga that's, you know, but.
Respect me.
I don't take him serious like that. So it's just be like.
Obviously, Yosohn is a kid and doesn't understand just how complicated these relationships can get. But once he grows up, he's definitely gonna have a better understanding of why his parents ain't back together and finally stop antagonizing Ari for not going back to that man. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this. Like this person who said, everybody in the shade room comments talking about Ari should have been Yosohn for swinging on her after the suspect challenge is exactly why a lot of y'all don't need kids. That video Ari posted of Yosohn isn't funny and is extremely hurtful. Mocking your child for laughs when you can clearly see he's bothered is insensitive and irresponsible as a parent. I really hate the way influencers continue to exploit their children for likes and views. Another person said, Herb have cheated on Ari with his side chick and barely have Yosohn. Y'all never dragged him or say ish. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Yosohn swinging at Ari? And what do y'all think about Ari spending more time with Bag than her own son? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.